Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We have got loads to go over today. Shams Jorjani has finally broken his silence and started responding to loads of people inside of the Discord, and we've got quite a lot to go over. We are going to be talking about why it is that they've actually been radio silent. We also have a little bit of a time schedule with regards to the blog post and the next patch coming up, which is a very interesting matter to say the least. And Shams actually addresses the situation happening with Eravin and other content creators. We've also got some info coming in from Johan. This is an interesting video indeed. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC at consoles, with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, all running up to 70% off on old and new games alike. And there's a lot of new games dropping on the market right now. Link in the description for that one. And if you want to get involved with that giveaway, we're giving away super credits. It's very, very simple. Head down into the comment section and put in a broken heart. Why a broken heart? Well, I think that this last 24 hours is definitely explaining as to why. Nonetheless, let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now in Helldivers 2. Now, starting off, we've got to address the fact that they have been absolutely radio silent as of just lately, and why that's actually the case. Shams Jorjani genuinely made a statement which I am a little bit confused about, but it states, "The frustration of players escapes no one at the studio. Our relative radio silence is because we want to focus on getting the patch out. Talking a ton now matters less than a meaningful update." Now, I kind of want to tell you guys my opinion on this one, because I think that this is absolutely absurd. We do have a fair few community managers when it comes to the lineup inside of Arrowhead Game Studios, and now community managers are not game developers. They don't develop the game, they don't do anything to that degree. What they are there, though, for is to be a community manager. They're there to manage the community, talk to the community, keep the community informed. Now, as much as I know full well that they have obviously been given other responsibilities inside of the company, I do think that they should have been given some things to be able to communicate with us, so it doesn't look like they're doing absolutely nothing. We know full well that Mitch and Baskinator take their job seriously, and they both have a lot of love for the game, and even the creators at hand, as they were the ones that originally designed the creator program, and they genuinely wished the best for it. And I think that all the creators will generally back me when it comes to that basis. But to state that talking doesn't really matter right now and making sure the update is meaningful was the primary course, well, I think that that's absolutely absurd, as there are people in job roles who are made to communicate with us. That's just my 2 cents on that matter, because I think it's absolutely baffling. But when are we going to be receiving the patch update, and how is it going to line up? Well, we are hoping for the blog first, apparently, then the patch, but we'll see if they drop at roughly the same time. Now, when is that time actually going to be? Well, they state right here, as Shams is saying, that I believe that we're hoping for this week, but it's looking like next week, as Baskinator was only really able to say that there was no ETA. So at worst, apparently, we're looking to get the update come up next week, but we'll have to wait and see how it plays over the weekend. Maybe there'll be an emergency patch down to the basis of how the community is going right now, but apparently we've got a blog post that is due to go up beforehand. I don't know, man. The time scaling on this is so off, it's absolutely wild. Now, we have obviously got a bit of an update with regards to the propaganda commanders, as somebody messaged towards Shams with regards to the Eravin situation and saying that it was quite unprofessional how that they were approached. And Shams has stated, "One thing I'll say is that we work with a partner for the program of the propaganda commanders, so I'll have to check in there and see what's what." So I don't even think that some of them are fully aware of what it is that's happening with the program right now, which is not only baffling, but a little bit concerning to say the least. What they are going into now, though, is a really weird narrative, as a lot of people were saying that the current turmoil among your creator group is happening under his supervision. And this was a very large statement made. As Sham stated, we also didn't have a curated group of creator partners back then. No, well, I can comfortably say as one of those curated group of creators that I definitely don't feel like I've got my back covered by really absolutely anybody. If you were to ask me this earlier on in the year, when the propaganda commanders were first originally built, and when Arrowhead themselves were the ones that actually utilized us as an overall, then I'd say, yeah, we were relatively well looked after. Everything was a little bit slippery because it was their first go at a program, but overall, I feel like we were not in overly a bad place, and it's just slowly but surely got worse and worse by the looks of things. And the fact that Sham seems to think that they've got our back is absolutely wild to me, given the latest previous controversies that have happened and all of the videos that have been produced over the last 48 hours. But are we going to be due some change? Will this actually make a difference? And where is Johan Pilestad? Our renowned old CEO, now CCO, is probably the most opinionated member inside of Arrowhead overall. Not only that, but people do believe that the game was actually better off when he was not over on his sabbatical and actually had his foot in the door with the game. Well, somebody actually asked where he is. Where is Mr. Pilestad? And Sham stated that I just had dinner and beers with the man this evening. He's back from his break. Now, one thing I will state is that I am genuinely intrigued to know exactly what it is that Johan Pilestad is thinking about this at this moment in time. We have reached out to him for a statement, although I'm yet waiting on it. I've been keeping an eye on all of his socials, including his X accounts, his Discords, and even his Reddit account, and nothing at the moment. No post gone up in months. I think now, if any time it is more important, then Johan Pilestad should now be making some sort of statement or making his way back into the community at large and probably not focusing so much on a new title as his old one is burning down to the ground. It's been an interesting time for Helldivers over the last 24 hours, and over the next 24 hours, it will probably get even more interesting. We are going to be covering over different games. We've got a live stream going up later today where we're going to start with Helldivers and then run into Arc Raiders, where you're going to see a pickup and a progress of Arc Raiders content go up on the channel alongside what it is you guys already love here with Helldivers. Hopefully it resonates to a load of you. We'll have to wait and see. But with all of this controversy at the moment, it's been absolutely mental to be a part of the creator program and just be a creator in this space, as it seems to all be a big negative slam. And I think rightly so. We did a video yesterday going over everything that was a problem. If you want to check that out, we go over absolutely everything from performance, the broken PCs, and the mistreatment of creators from the program itself, and even outside of the walls. It's been an interesting time. Hopefully you guys do understand why it is that we are spreading our wings at the same time as Helldivers, and hopefully it goes down well. But we put up that video yesterday with regards to everyone quitting the game, including the likes of Takibo and much more, and you guys had a lot to say from it, with hundreds upon hundreds of likes going up on these comments. The first one states right here from Mr. Fish: "We aren't burnt out from Helldivers, we're burnt out on Arrowhead." Now, the problem that we have at the moment in time is that the game itself is relatively enjoyable. Yeah, it's got a lack of content because of obviously the performance issues, but the issue isn't with the actual game itself, it's with the game performance, and it's around the development studio in the background, which unironically manages to keep its way out of the articles going up across social media and across all of media overall, which I find a little bit baffling to say the least, that none of this controversy is hit in a single article yet to date. This next one right here coming from Zek UO4SV states: "Arrowhead struck gold, but they're determined to find coal," which is a very good analogy, I must say. That was actually really, really clever, and no wonder it received so many likes. But I do kind of believe that that is something that we need to think about, and something that is really, really strange within the scene right now as to why it is that they are determined to just bury their own corpse is absolutely beyond me. And this final one coming from It's Only Nate states: "What they did to Eravin was disappointing. Someone who put time and love into the game he enjoyed playing and showed endless support for the game and the devs. How they did what they did was out of order. I would not blame you, Cloud, if you ended up leaving and the way things are going at the moment." Now, as you know full well at the minute, we have remained inside of the propaganda commanders, as that has been our primary contact towards Arrowhead to get a lot of these situations rectified for the likes of Buzz Lightyear. And at the moment, conversations with Eravin has been quite a hot topic around the creators inside of the program as it stands. But there has been a little bit of an inconsistency with it. The creator program hasn't even been active for a year, and there were obviously some date discrepancies with regards to Eravin's video. There was a 1.5 year gap in the middle of it, which confuses me a little bit, as we only went to Sweden in February. But I do believe that the way that the third-party company had actually handled the situation with Eravin is absolutely disgusting. Putting him on a step and telling him to behave for 6 weeks to only then just ignore him is so damn unprofessional. It's absolutely unreal. I mean, I went to Sweden and was very surprised when he was not in the list of creators that I would meet there in February. That was just my 2 cents on the matter anyway. Nonetheless, unfortunately, that's all we got time for today. We've got to get the live stream ready, so hopefully I'll see you guys over there. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, and let's dive into what it is that's going to be happening throughout the next few days. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the clouds.